All right, so for this project, we're going to learn how to bring in, basically we're going to learn the workflow between Revit, Rhino, and then back to Revit. So I'm going to touch on that right now. I will expect down the road you to do this for your coffee shop project, but I think for right now, we're going to keep it isolated. So here we go. So in Revit, if you want to bring in a model, you have to be in a 3D view. So we got to start there. And you can bring in anything that you want that's in that 3D view. So it's a little bit like Twinmotion. If it's hidden and you export it, then it'll be hidden there. Otherwise, here we are. So we're going to go up to here, File. We're going to export. We're going to go to CAD. We're going to bring it in as a DWG. We're going to hit these three dots right here. That'll let you modify the exports, the parameters. A couple things. Let's start with color. It'll be set at index color. There'll be 255 colors. It'll come in all whacked up. It'll look really strange because it will have colors that are associated with CAD. Anyway, it's not good. It's not pretty. So use this. This is great. And then solids, it'll be set to polymesh. You want to be on ASCII solids unless you're a polymesh person. And so far, I mean, there's no reason to be there. You do want to note that you're in inches because you'll need to match that in Rhino. And this is just default. Let's just keep it at inches. And then here, this will be default to 2018. You want to go to 2007 AutoCAD. Rhino likes that. So say OK. And then we'll hit next. And then we just need to have a place to put it. So I'm going to call this the test room. And it'll be a DWG for that. All right, now in Rhino, what we want to do is we want to either insert or import. Insert would be used if you, let me just get to that. Wait. If you're wanting to, if you want to embed it, or if you want to just link it, because you're going to update things, then link would be good. Anyway, it probably doesn't much matter for this project. We'll just go ahead. We'll go ahead and link it, and then maybe if some of the stuff that we're doing needs to change, we'll be good. So I'm going to link it. Let's go ahead and have it come in at 0, 0, 0. What that's going to do is wherever it thinks it is in the world, wherever 0, 0 is, it could be somewhere out here. It could be right in the center of it. I don't really know. Wherever that is, it's going to come in there, and that's fine. I don't want to scale it. I don't want to rotate it. So all those things should not be prompted. So if I have these prompted, once I say OK, it's going to ask me, what scale do you want it? And I'm going to have to tell it. And it'll ask me, how do you want to rotate it? And I would have to do it. I don't want to do that. OK, all the defaults are good. Well, apparently, it thinks the origin is right in the middle of this. That's fine. It's just okay. All right, we'll go with that. All right, so that means I'm going to want a clipping plane in here somewhere so I can see what's what. All right, cool. That work? That works. Okay. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we can either turn this stuff off or we can keep it on, but if I keep it on, I'm just definitely going to be locking it down. The reason we brought this in is if I'm going to design something that's going to be very specific to the space I'm in, then this is important, right? I mean, if I want to create something that kind of fits with the lighting or something of that nature. So that's why we bring this in. All right, so now we've got that in. Now let's do something. let's just imagine that we decided to do, I don't know, something simple. You know, I've got that thing going, and somehow maybe it's shoved against the wall. Maybe face, maybe that's too tall. If you've never used Move Face, it's a great tool. Just type in Move Face. I've got some shortcuts that I use. So Move Face, and that lets it, you know, you grab things and move them according to, you know, what you want to do. Okay. Anyway, and just put that there. Right. So if we want to bring this into Revit, we're just going to now export selected. Realize that it's on a default layer, and so that's it. That doesn't matter, but that'll be the layer that we're going to use later if we need to put in materials or whatnot. So layers do matter. I'll go into that later. We'll just call it the box. Okay. And then in Revit, let's just add a section box. There's a lot going on here. Okay. So now we can see inside, and we're going to go to architecture. We're going to component. We're going to go model in place, and we'll go with right now a generic model, and call this box. And now I'm going to insert link CAD. I could also do import CAD, but if I think I'm going to change this multiple times, then I would use the link CAD. And it's likely not going to happen, but and then there it is. Finished model. And if I decide that I would rather it be 5 feet away, all I have to do is export it again. And in my Revit, I would just go in and see, can I right click and update it? That'd be nice. I'm going to go to manage links, go to CAD formats, hit the box, reload. Okay. Bang, it's done. All right, cool. So that's the entire workflow. There's some other things about, you know, adding materiality that I'll get into in other videos, but that's the start. Cool.